Hello again, everyone. I am here today with a new fountain pen, and it is this beautiful, beautiful M600 from Pelikan. This is the newest special edition. It is the red tortoise color. I heard I was watching some videos on unboxings, and someone had a lovely accent and was calling this the Tortoise color, and I thought that was actually quite cute. And but so now I think of that every time I talk about tortoise. Tortoise, that is the color this is. So it's a lovely, lovely pen. I've already inked it up with Tachia Navy Blue, which I recently swatched on the channel. It's this ink here. And I am going to do a little writing test, which is why I have my Galen Zip folio out to go ahead and do that in the paper that is in here. I also wanted to talk about the packaging because the packaging is a little bit different than some of the prior versions that have come out. And I don't know, because this is my first M600. The prior pens that I've purchased have been other sizes, but not the M600, which actually I think is the most popular size of the Pelikans, but I don't know, I could be wrong. But it came in some slightly different packaging than what I'm used to from Pelikan. Usually with the Souverain line, you get a larger box, and with the lower end pens, you tend to get smaller boxes, but this was a fairly small box that it came in, and then it came in this little slip pouch instead of the, lift off box. So it came like this, and then the pen itself actually came in this little box inside the box, and then it has this little faux leather case here. And the other cases that came, like the case that came with my M400 special edition, had a little button, and this just has a tie. So I thought that was interesting, a little bit different. I'd heard that there were some different distributions of this pen that were in different boxes, but I just thought I would bring that up because when I opened it up, I was like, oh, this is unusual. I did get this pen from Endless Pens, so I got it at quite a discount, including a 10% pre-order discount because I've had this pre-ordered since before Christmas, and this is January when I am filming this, so I'm not sure when it'll be when I post it, but it did take about a month to get. Yeah, I would say maybe a little longer than a month actually, but it did come, and it's beautiful, and I'm very happy to have it. It's actually, the photos did not do it justice. It is very much more beautiful, I think, in person. So let me go ahead and open this up. This is a fine nib that I got here. So this is my first M600 nib. And I'm actually going to do a little comparison for you all before I do a writing test. So I have the different sizes out that I have. I'm going to put this up here at the top of my desk for the moment. So I've recently profiled this tiny little cute M300. This is the M400. This is the special edition white tortoise that I got, and so you can see the difference in size between the 400 and the 600. And then here's the M300, and then this is the M800, which is going to be larger, obviously. So the only size I don't have represented is the M1000. Okay. So the M400 and the M600 are actually very close in size, I think. The feel from a writing perspective is not too different. So let's see, if I take this off and post it, and then if I take this off and post it, this one is just a little taller. And then of course, your cap is also taller. The cap is bigger. And the nib, I believe, I don't know, they look almost the same, but I think that this nib is just a little bit bigger. The M600 is just a little bit bigger in size. Okay, so Actually, let me do them all uncapped. I don't like to do this too much or leave them uncapped for too long because they can dry out a little bit. Because I am in super dry Colorado, which is, it's crazy dry in the winter. So I'm gonna line these up on, ooh, okay, line these up on the bottom, line them up nib side up. Okay, so that is the height difference. They're all lined up on the bottom here. That's the height difference when they are open. Okay. So I think I already have a page in my notebook here that has the other sizes swatched out or tested out. So I'm going to add this to that page if I can find it. Let's see. I do believe that, yes, here we go. So I'm going to add this down at the bottom. So this is the rest of my Pelikan collection. I've only taken out these specific pens today to compare the sizes, but this is the swatching of all of my other Pelikans. And I will actually put a link down below to the video where I wrote all these out and compared the sizes. So this one is the Pelikan m600. Oh, and it writes beautifully. It's so fascinating to me that all these pens are from the same brand, but each nib is so individual and different. So that is the fine. And you can get a little bit of flex in here as well, but it's not super pronounced. And then this ink is the Tachia Navy Blue, which I actually think, I love red and blue as a combo, so that's kind of why I put that ink in there, and I do actually think it's quite pretty together in that pen. So the other fines, let's see, or do I only have one fine? Yeah, so I think I only have one fine, and that is this older vintage pen, which is going to be completely different because it has a vintage nib on it, and it's a little more flexy. So, so the look of these two is a little bit different. I would say that this might actually be a true fine. Pelikans tend to run a little broad in their nib sizes, but I would say that this is probably closer to a true fine. It's definitely very nice, a nice line width. And I think I actually think that it is a little bit broader top to bottom, but then again, there's some variation in the top to bottom stroke here. So there we go. Beautiful, beautiful new special edition. I'm quite impressed with it, as I am with pretty much all of the Pelikans, really. I think it is truly my favorite pen brand because they're so beautiful. And let's see, can I arrange these related to where they are on the paper? Boo, boo, boo. Where's this one? Did I just cover it up? I did. Okay. Well, I won't be able to put them in their relative position then because those two are right next to each other. And then this one is also covered up now. Let me just put them in the size order like they were originally. Line them up. They are just so beautiful, and each of them have their own personality, which I really, really like because even though they're all the same brand, it's not futile to get additional pens. So like I said, the only one that I am missing is the M1000. I am hoping to acquire that this year. It is quite expensive, but I'm hoping that I can shop around and find the least expensive that I can find, because once I have that size, in my mind, my collection will be complete, unless, of course, there's another beautiful special edition that comes out like this one. I think this one's going to be really popular. It seems to, a lot of people seem to be getting it basically. So shop around a little bit. It's a little harder to get a deal on a special edition just because they are special and they're not going to be around forever. And this one I think is a particularly beautiful one. I really love this beautiful shade of red. It's a sort of a maroonish color. It's lovely. And on my prior swatching video, I actually said that mulled wine from Diamine. Actually, let me get my swatch book out to show you. Oops. So this is the swatching. I think that mulled wine actually would be a pretty good choice, although it's not an exact match. So actually, let me do a quick run through and see what red ink colors I have in here that might be a good match for this. So let's see. I don't have a whole lot. Colorverse Dirty Rose I think is a little bit too purpley. That's definitely purple. Let's see. Well, yep, I think this one would probably be good. This is Robert Oster Astroquizarot. I think you could also sort of go for something to match the orange that is in this color. So you could go with this Color Traveler Time for Whiskey. I think that might actually be a good match as well. Let's see what else we have in here. Diamine Oxblood. Yeah, that might be an okay one. This is Noodler's Tiananmen. Based on my recent experiences, I'm not really recommending Noodlers anymore, but that is a beautiful color. Might work okay. The TWSBI Orange might go with some of the orange here in the Tortoise. Let's see. Organic Studios Oscar might actually, that is actually a really pretty combo as well. Lavender Black, nope, too purple. And that's it. But let me look at the Inkvent colors because, yeah, so there's a Ho Ho Ho, I think is a little bit, these are the Diamine Inkvent calendar inks from 2019. And there's a lot of reds in here, so I'll go through. So let's see, Diamine Ho 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 is, I think, a little true red. Candy Cane is a little too pink. A brown might be nice as well because there's a little bit of brown in here, but that probably wouldn't be my first choice. Here's the mulled wine again. Leans a little bit purple. Diamine Noel actually might be a good match. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Fire Embers. Actually, Fire Embers might also be nice to go with that color. I've used that ink in a TWSBI, and it's actually a lovely bright ink. Poinsettia, again, the color is not quite right in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know that the browns really are speaking to me. Okay, well, hopefully that gives you some ideas of colors that could go with that. So I think that's all I had for you today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask below. I hope to see you next time. Feel free to subscribe to keep track of future videos on my channel. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. And until next time, have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.